fact, sitting at 243, 244, and Reciprocity was just, barely able to edge out a victory. So regardless, it was very close, but this is where Rise needs to step it up. You're right, this is their moment to shine. They need to force a game 3 and go to Asylum, and Reciprocity starting off hot. Looks as if that's going to be a couple players down off the rip.
Yeah, you're going to see Rushies getting all tagged up. He's going to be dropped by a Vexies. You're going to see Rise Nation now start to have numbers of their own. Icy kind of stuck in that overlook area. A couple members of Rise Nation are approaching. Let's see if he can get out. He has his teammate Franchise near.
This is a position you definitely want to win, right? Because it opens up the door for you to be able to go for that OE, and it also allows you to be on this overhang to do exactly what a Vexies is doing onto Icy, right? You want to be able to Lancer fire some players down. The finish comes through. Rushies goes into the Fatal Funnel too, and he will get dropped himself. And if Vexies won't stop there, he's going to join Shock. He's going for that OE. Franchise, though, of course, being the man to try to go for the stop. He's going to get Chunk Powers now. It's going to be up close. He's going to get hit with the brick, but it's not going to be enough to finish him. Finally, Shock from a distance will take him out, and it looks as if we are going for a quick domination. Icy is going to be the last one to charge straight in, but it's not going to be enough. He gets finished off, and it's going to be Rise taking a quick first-round victory.
Good way to start off map number 2. Of course, it's being Reciprocity's map pick. You have to come out swinging. Again, you lost the first map. You want to send it to a tiebreaker. Good way to start off strong. And you see Avexi's 6 eliminations, Drix 4. We knew players like Avexi's and Powers would be super strong on this update, especially with the past movement update as well, right? They're so good at kind of closing the distance, getting in your face. Obviously, very, very accurate players. When you kind of look at the weapon placements, you're going to see a lot of the same, right? That flashbang being placed at Monument. On the other end, Reciprocity choosing to put some utility in the back end. So a lot of the same result. One obviously being put in the back, one being put over towards that secondary. Let's see if that extra utility has any effect. Of course, there are pretty long spawns as well, right? Either these two teams get out ahead, get some numbers early. Obviously both the ability to move forward and always finish around the trip cap.
Shock was the reason why that last round went so smoothly, going for that OE. And it seems as if he's looking to keep up with that. He will get the finish onto Rushies and potentially extend his way over towards Franchise. Misses that first shot, but with some team fire, Franchise will drop despite Shock getting dropped. Power should be able to get the finish, or at least Icy will be able to do so. Lancer fire is so deadly up top. Players are dropping left and right.
Good chain arriving coming through from Reciprocity. You saw Drix trying to put as much kind of Lancer fire as he could. Got a couple downs, but there was just too many members of the Swarm team there. And as kind of dust clears, it is Reciprocity who do take an early lead with this 2-cap. Ends up going to be a bit tagged up on the other end. Looks like he's maybe trying to just threaten an OE, maybe try to get a little farther up, but obviously was noticed pretty quickly. So now Rise Nation looking like they're going to head towards B. You're going to see a couple members up there waiting. You're going to see Inzem trying to figure out where his route's going to be. Obviously, he is marked, so Reciprocity does have the information. Ice is going to be flashed. The push starts coming underway. So far, that push looking to favor Reciprocity, but Detox answers back. Ultimately, he is dropped.
Oh,
Kenny actually hasn't been killed yet. Yeah, Drix actually last live. They're going to likely get the revive onto Kenny, and now we're on pretty long spawns. We talked about the fact that these teams move so quickly, so you're going to see Drix get pushed very quickly by Powers. Teamfire comes through. Reciprocity get the full Elam Rise, not even going to spawn back in. Much cleaner round coming in from the Swarm team. That ties us back up at 1-1.
Much the same round length as well, right? Going to 135. I think first one was like 130 something or about 117. But regardless, yeah, all tied up 1-1. Not something Rise wanted to see. Reciprocity at this point in time looking pretty solid to tie or at least potentially take the lead in the future. But so much more. Are we already tempting at a drop shot up top? Say it ain't so. Yes, it is. Round number 3, and we already have a drop shot being placed. We didn't see it at all on District, something unorthodox. We totally thought it was going to go into Cinema, but the case now, that's definitely going to allocate some resources up top. It's going to be a bloodbath. Let's see who ends up on top, because you have some dominant Slayers fighting for this drop.
Yeah, it's going to completely change the fight, right? The entirety of the initial now has to go down here for basically the rest of the map, right? So if you have a good initial over towards this weapon, that's going to be huge. You're going to see Fran getting that first blood. Shock falls, Inzem falls, advantage overwhelmingly in favor of Reciprocity. You're going to see Avexi's end up being dropped as well. Drix once again finding himself as the last player alive. It's such a hard position to play sometimes, right? When you're kind of away from the fight and your whole team gets wiped. Rex starts to push for that trip cap, but Detox does a good job of defending his hill for now. Rushies hit him with a back-to-back shots, and the team fire is going to continue to come through. Rush, I think he remembers, by the way, I have the drop shot. Let me close some distance and use that instead. It's a hit marker, but Rise Nation, they're still fighting strong, getting a couple kills where they can. Rush almost chunks his
head off
teammate.
his team.
Shock does get the finish, so Rise Nation should manage to live. Again, Reciprocity have built a pretty good sized lead, but in the end, it's going to end up actually with Rise having a 2-cap, so they should, if they can hold this, get right back into this.
Yeah, it was chaotic at first, but Rise, maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel, staying alive as long as they did. And they didn't commit too many lives, you know, you would have to think, but Detox and Enzim, they've definitely got to keep their lives in check. They can't get too crazy because they lose a couple more, they're going to be in some trouble. But all is going to be quiet so far, and it's going to be a pretty big standstill as Reciprocity trying to find out what plan of attack they want to take. And it looks as if they are going to be stacking 3 strong down low. You got Icy up top looking to get some cover fire down. Rushies is also going to be in that position too. And potentially wanting to throw a long spawn. I'm kind of interested where he's trying to take this player off position, maybe trying to get a tag, and he does find a Vexies down low. Icy now will go in for the break, now applying that pressure. That's going to be a good shot for Vexies. It's not going to be enough, though, to pick up on the Icy. Will, in fact, take place, but B still has not been broken.
Yeah, and Rise Nation now find themselves in position to potentially take this time lead over. Going to see players dropped on both sides. The numbers are now favoring Reciprocity. They jump on that B hill just in the nick of time. That's going to allow them to preserve that lead and begin to build a new one. See players all set up now near that drop shot. Flashes come through. A little bit of GG on the screen. I'll take it. Not GG quite yet. To see the picture-in-picture. New drop shot is going to be up, so the teams are going to begin to fight for it. The kill feed Taylor is all red so far. But here comes Rise Nation answering back.
Oh.
Shock of Vexies Inzem all pop off with a kill of their own. That's going to be 3 dead. That's going to be a drop shot now for Shock to move forward.
Got to get the break on B.
Wreck, they just need to hold on to basically one more hill for about 10 more seconds.
And they are. They're going to be on B. Who's player 7? That's Kenny.
I believe Vexies is making his way over there.
Oh, Kenny goes down. Now Ice is going to join in the mix as well. He's going to be in a 1v2. And there's going to be a big fight on one of the home hills as well.
And Icy, he wins the 1v1. Is there anyone else over there
no, there's
to contest? Inzem's
one
on his
off in the
way.
distance.
2 players on the way, but if he gets his full cap, that's going to be the round.
Oh, he did get it. He hopped off.
But he has teammates. He bought some time. No hill right now. Taylor is in play. Not a single hill is captured. Fights over at B. Fights over at C.
Oh, and it's Reciprocity who wins that fight. But there's going to be another one joining into the mix.
Powers wins 1. Powers wins the second.
second.
And they end up actually winning the fight on the home hill as well. But Rise Nation, they almost made it happen. They got on all 3 objectives. But in the end, Reciprocity did win the fights. Another long round, 3 minutes and 34 seconds. We've had such long rounds in this matchup.
What in the world?
2-1 in favor of Rec.
It's just, you know, at any point you can't count the other team out, right? It's just one team can totally just turn the match or the round on their head. Fantastic work from both sides. Rise winning that drop shot definitely gave them some light, but Reciprocity in the end, just some good fights. And, you know, really it came on the back of a couple players just holding their own in the hills. I saw somebody post in chat at the beginning of this tournament saying, you know, the way to beat Reciprocity is to really win those 1v1s because Reciprocity shines in those moments where they have to hold their own. And it's tough to take any one of these players out. But once again, this initial is going to take place. Rise Nation did a great job in the last initial. Let's see if they can do the same here. A lot of stuns being thrown out. Rushy's Icy backing off Inzim. Oh, that's going to be a good shot. Rushies should be able to apply that pressure. But another shot comes through, and it's going to be Kenny actually dropping Rushies in the meantime. Rise should walk away with this.
That was definitely unfortunate because Rush did a good job of staying alive and then throwing that late piece of utility. And then unfortunately his teammate Kenny gets the down, but Kenny's making up for it, hitting a couple nice early shots. And he's going to secure drop. So once again, the initial favoring Reciprocity. That's going to be 3 members down. Drix and Detox are the last alive. Detox isn't the kill feed, getting 1 over at C. Icy just absolutely approaching this meat shield. Franchise ends up dropping both Detox and his teammate. It looks like Rise will be there quicker when it comes to that revive. The Reciprocity have gained the power of the drop shot. They do have the 2-cap, and they are building a lead. So another good initial coming through from them.
It's a big kill on Endzone now. If he spawns up, which he will, he's going to be on his last life. Detox, with that finish, he's going to be on his last life spawning up.
Oh, and Fran, he was full red there. He knew if he goes for the revive, he probably gets the double down. Tried to make the play instead, but Shock was there. Hit the great shot. Ended up getting both kills. Shock's made a number of big plays throughout this tournament for this Rise Nation team. As they start to get on the B, it's going to be tough. Drix gets the full break, but Kenny is there with the drop shot. We just know how hard it is, right, to get those neutral hill breaks when there's a drop watching. See if Kenny will choose to shoot another one.
That actually wouldn't have been a bad shot, specifically knowing that it's Enzim, right? Taking him out last life, but...
Yeah, no, for sure. I think what he's kind of thinking, though, is it's better off to save that over towards B, right? Save it for kind of the objective, just in case someone tries to hop back on, in case you have to re-engage it. Now Reciprocity, of course, capping the B hill back. So if remember, Rise does choose to hop on, he will have the drop, and now he ends up using that over towards that same spot. Does get a kill. Revives come through. Shock, once again, has to make a big play. Does get one.
Starting up.
Looking to make it another one. Somehow still stays alive. So despite being down in respawns, Rise Nation still continuing to make some plays, getting some kills. These are quick spawns, so Reciprocity will be back at full strength soon. Detox and Enzym, 0 kills to their name. Rushies will be at the same. Of course, we are in the last round of the half, so you have to throw every respawn you have out there.
Yeah. Well, new drop shot's going to be coming up, and it's really not even going to be worth it. Reciprocity now just has to maintain their own home hill, and they're stacked up quite nicely. Rise knows that they need to get a break, and they need to do it now. You see them stacking up, ready to sandwich in and collapse down. A couple of kills will, in fact, be taking place. The Vexies will get that drop shot. That's going to open up the door. You see the kill feed lighting up blue. 247, it's counting, and I don't think they're going to be able to get the break. Drop shot just a little bit too late, and Reciprocity will narrowly take that victory, as the picture-in-picture is just showing you that they absolutely won in 253, and the score is 3-1.
Reciprocity starting to cruise through this second map. Let's see if Rise Nation change anything else on the map. Of course, they're the one who placed the drop shots. I think instead you're going to probably see extra utility added each side, maybe an upgrade over on the Rise Nation side. Of course, Reciprocity does come out with the shock grenade. Funny enough, the shock grenade actually did more damage to Reciprocity, than it did to Rise Nation. And they just ended up winning the initial.
Because he, for sure, with that stun, that was a beautiful play, right? He would have got it at least
one.
I
mean, the way that Rushies had the late
and
flash to match that with the shock grenade, so they would have been stunned, and then the shock would have came through, but good old Egghead.
Well, what are you going to do, right?
Now both teams do have shock grenades. You saw the Bulltalk being placed as well.
Stun. I think his teammate meant to throw that over the ledge and ended up hitting a good shot. Comes through. That's going to drop Rushies. Now kill feed lighting up blue as Rise coming through strong. Reciprocity trying to answer back, but both teams lose 3. And now it's going to be a battle of the last 2 up top.
Nicey just absolutely chunked Rushies there. Let's see if he can make up for it with a kill on the Enzym. Enzym holding strong, waiting. Remember to approach him. Hits around the cover, gets aggressive. Gets one down, isn't able to get the second. Detox is there for the trades. Advantage Rise Nation. This will be a big swing for Reciprocity to win this round, Taylor. So Rise Nation absolutely needs to keep this at a 3-2. You do not want to send this to a 4-1. Off to a good start as Shock does secure that drop shot. Let's see how they move forward with it. You're going to see the counter push coming through Rec. Heading over towards D. Drop shot should be there to meet them. You see one being shot. Doesn't end up netting a kill. Franchise re-engaging the hill of Vexies.
He has been so aggressive tonight.
Maybe not expecting him to push through that. Franchise
just no respect to any team he's played tonight. He has been playing so incredibly well, making these pushes.
That's Fisherman Fran.
Hey, man, that's a.k.a. Paper, man. He's been doing so well.
You see Paper currently down. His teammate going to end up being down next to him. But, Taylor, they're in basically the Rise Nation spawn, so players are going to be spawning with Spawn Shield right in front of them. Not a place you definitely want to be fighting.
Yeah.
So Reciprocity, for now, they do hold the 2-cap, but you got to imagine the COG team will hop on, but Powers is waiting with the Bulltalk. And again, you can't give that Bulltalk any space, right? If that thing hits you a couple times, push it the right distance, that will rip your head off.
Yeah, no, it's deadly.
Down to that picture-in-picture, right? We're just waiting for that new drop shot to come back. Of course, Rise Nation are in position to take that lead back with this 2-cap. Reciprocity now, they're pushing back. They're trying to get the hills back in their favor. Detox gets one. He is traded out. But the trade's currently favoring Rise. Let's see how Reciprocity answers back. Shock, I don't think he meant to hop over that. He unfortunately does fall. 2v3 situation favors Rise.
This is great for Rise. Another one drops. It's Kenny down. Icy, he's going to be low in health himself. He's going to be fighting. You see a player from Rise Nation did, in fact, hop over and get that double home hill setup, right? So that opens them up to get E. Enzym fighting for his life. Kenny applying that pressure. He's going to get dropped. Drix is going to get that finish. Icy forced to back off, but he's going to be putting himself in a bad situation, sandwiched in between him and Avexi's. Another player from Reciprocity trying to push up. Rise is absolutely taking over round number 5.
Now the timely, they have the 2-cap. Looks like Fran's going to get one, another one in front of him, but Rise Nation, all they have to do is kind of hold strong. Yeah, you see they know that Fran knows there's nothing he can do there. Rise is sitting there waiting over at E, and they have now officially secured that new drop shot as well, but Inzem does go down.
Look at this
and
man.
Franchise takes him out. Power's got the down with the Bull Talk. Fran flies through and gets the kill. At the very least, from a trading perspective, you just took out at least the drop shot. Reciprocity grab B, but for how long? Rise are still continuing to push forward and quickly get that break. Rushy's taken down to now 0 lives.
And if Avexis gets finished off, he's going to be at 0, but he does get picked up.
All 3 hills are decapped, so Reciprocity now, they're kind of getting back into this time-wise.
There's no,
They currently have the win position with 2 kills.
Rise cannot
Rise is
lose
back
this.
on D, though. That's a good start.
Okay, so they get on D.
They do
now
get the
also,
full elim.
And they're not going to be spawning again. Reciprocity has no lives that they can commit to even attempting to respawn in at that point in time, despite how close that round was. But Rise slayed out. It's fair to say they turned up that round. They slayed out. They won the initial. They won the drop shot, and then they won the drop shot again. And I think in a third time they won the drop shot. Eventually, I think that player got finished off. He didn't get a chance to use it. Regardless, though, that round was the Rise I'm used to seeing. They absolutely slayed out.
Yeah, no, we talked about the swing round that created, right? Obviously, the difference between a 2-3 and a 4-1 just absolutely huge, especially when you're on map 2, down 1-0,
Sure.
tournament in the line, right? So a big, big round win coming in from Rise Nation. They match them on the back end, too. So Bull Talks on each side. You know, I love some Bull Talk action. Powers,
I know.
for example, has been making some huge plays
Yeah.
with that Bull Talk. So Bull team's coming out of spawn with pretty much the same stuff. See how the initial goes. Fran throws a flashbang that somehow just gets stuck on that cover. And he wishes he has that one back. Now Icy kind of in a tough spot. Does get flashed, trying to stay alive. He's getting pinched from all angles. You can see the Iceman just covered by members of the COG team. And Fran is getting him some support fire, staying strong. Not a single kill yet in the feed.
Yeah, this has been a big stalemate. That shot clears away, and Avexis will, in fact, down Rushies. Pick back up, though. Good pick up. Detox, though, will finally finish off Icy. That's going to be the first blood out of a very long initial, and Franchise will, in fact, knife Avexis, takes him out, but Detox pushes straight in his face. He goes for the kill, but Rise is going for the domination. Franchise can't get over to E. Finally, though, D is going to be broken, and Reciprocity will stay alive, but another fantastic start for Rise.
Let's see how long they can hold it for. Kenny Rush, they all just have to spawn back in, nor did Icy. I think Reciprocity is choosing to give up the round, so Rise Nation very quickly bringing this back to a 3-3 scoreline.
And I absolutely think the reason why Reciprocity just basically gave that round up so quickly is given the fact that not only did Rise, come through off that initial so incredibly strong, Reciprocity, they're playing the long game, right? Their respawn economy was absolutely toast by the first round of even the first half of the second half, right? So they knew, hey, we've got to give up a couple of rounds just to kind of pad the stats a little bit, so now we can be a little bit stronger going into the shorter respawn rounds. So Rise Nation still going to be dominating that respawn economy. Reciprocity, though, they're sitting a little bit better. But one thing is for sure, though, Rise is heating up, and if you're a Reciprocity fan, that's got you a little worried.
Yeah, definitely a team you do not want to give momentum to, right? When they start feeling themselves and start getting aggressive hitting shots, they're a scary, scary team. So they choose to kind of answer back. We look at the respawn economy now. Very, very healthy for Rise. Pretty healthy for Rec. Little, let's say 1 or 2 less, but Detox getting the party started, getting that first blood over on to his Franchise. Having a little bit of a bug on the spectator, looks like. Ooh. And once again, Taylor, early advantage.
Yeah.
Rise Nation, this is long spawns. This is their chance to potentially kind of move forward and maybe make this a full elim. Instead, they're going to choose, I think, to hold the 2-cap, hold the weapon. Detox going to engage. Members in front of him get tagged up, forced to back off. At the very least, here, the Rise Nation gets a lot of kills early on. They get the 2 hills and they get the weapon.
Yeah, and Detox has played a great game. He's sitting at 26 elims for himself, only 12 deaths in total. Shock will go for the double team. Oh, but the no,
that
cannot
you
happen.
hate to see that, and Rushies is going to grab the kill now on the Inzem.
Oh no, and the taunting too. That's got to tilt Rise. That's bad, Ryan.
Rise still very much in this. Again, you see Reciprocity moving forward to D, but it's going to be Icy surrounded by players. So by no means is that at the end of the round. Reciprocity do gain the 2-cap back. An unfortunate play with the drop shot for sure, but still plenty of round to go. Rise are playing very well right now. Of course, just a small mental mistake there. Honestly, was what gave Reciprocity the edge, and Avexis is going to put that Bull Talk to use. the help of his teammates, take down Rushies. And now Rushies sitting on 1 of 4. If he spawns back in, it's going to put him back to 0. And you got to almost imagine he kind of has to use it at this point, right?
You would think so, right? You've got it's so important to be up 4-3, but at this point, Rise continues to slay out. Power's just trying to even up the odds, you know, little by little, but there's so many lives on the side of Rise. And this next fight is going to be very crucial for the new drop shot. E is going to be locked down by Rise. Still a lot of time remaining in this overall round, but Enzim is not stopping. This man has been playing so well. 25 total elims, 12 deaths. Reciprocity, they're just running around. There's nothing they can do. Rise has all the momentum in the world. They're looking to tie up this series 1-1.
It's now 3 dead. Icy looks like choosing not to spawn back in. Rushy's on his last life as well. Fran also not spawning back in. You got to imagine Kenny and Powers are going to do the same. So Reciprocity are choosing now to kind of throw this round up. They need to win now the next 2. And Rise Nation have absolutely taken control of this training grounds map, trying to push this to a 3rd and final. Of course, Rushy's knows players in front of him, not much he can really do. Of course, he's the only player left on the map. So at this point, just going for kind of a world star. A couple players in front of him. In the end, the time will tick away. Rise Nation.
Did somebody spawn in?
Kind of just let him rock. And
Power,
it looks like
did Power spawn in?
Powers did actually spawn back in.
Okay.
Not sure if that was a misclick or what was going on there.
He definitely gets dropped to all 4s. Not finished, but I mean, he's not going to get picked up. That is a questionable call to say the least, but you know, hopefully it doesn't hurt Reciprocity too much. But Rise, though,
3-round swing.
You know, and that's big, right? Because look at that first half. You know, first round Rise, but then round 2, 3, and 4, all in the hands of Reciprocity. It was looking as if it was going to be a repeat of District, right? Another 5-1 victory potentially. But nope, Rise had different things going on in their head, right? As soon as second half started, Rise turns up. That up top fight for the drop shot made all the difference in the world. And when they placed that drop shot, I think they were still down 3-1. No, it was 1-1, wasn't it? No,
it was very early on.
It was very early. I think it was in the 3rd round.
Either 1-0 or 1-1, yeah.
But ever since, Rise has been dominating that up top fight.
That's why they put that down for a reason, a fight that they know they can have the advantage on. Like you said, it was placed early on, so it's pretty much been this fight for the majority of the map. They just need one more round. On board with Detox. Detox got a number of first blood so far. He's had a great map. Strix is going to be engaged. Franchise catches him between weapons. Currently a 4v3 situation now in favor of Reciprocity. Franchise wins his fight, moves forward. Can use that new poke damage, but he gets a little too close. I don't think he should have gotten that close into chunk range, and Shock kills Fran. Follows it up with a kill onto Icy, looking to move forward. A couple members of Rec in front of him. Hits a nice full spread onto the canvas. Hits another great shot. So Shock seemingly not missing, but numbers were too overwhelming from Reciprocity. At the very least, that buys Rise Nation some nice good time. Insen. Powers hitting the long-range Insen. Has the momentum. He's moving forward. Oh, but look at him getting hit by the wrap shot from Drix. Fran is there for the trade. Trade's coming in back and forth, but Taylor, take a quick look at the top right of your screen. Rushy's already permanently out.
Yeah, these trades are great. Sure, I get it, but, you know, Reciprocity, you don't have the lives to continue to trade like you're doing. Rise, they can continue to throw bodies nonstop if they choose to do so. But I will say, though, Reciprocity has definitely set the tone. They're up 54-0. Rise just now getting their first hill. And Kenny is going to lock in the drop shot. Franchise, though, getting a lot of pressure, but he runs through one. Can he get the second? If he does this, it's massive, and he gets the drop. Franchise, 33 elims, make that 34. This man is on fire.
And that puts them in an interesting spot now. It's going to put a Vexies on 0 out of 4. If they can manage to get a kill onto a Vexies and turn this into a permanent 4v4, that would mean the world, right? At the high level, I mean, you literally, honestly, would be no excuse to have a permanent 5v4 for this long and not win the round, right? You got at the highest level, you got to win those. And so if they could put this to a permanent 4-4 for Rec, that would be huge. Rise Nation, in the meantime, they need to get this party started. Drix makes the big play, taking out both Powers and Icy. Both players have spawns, so they will be back, but now Rise Nation have the ability to really, really take control of this round. Fran gets one, but he's going to end up being dropped.
Look at this pressure,
Ryan. Starting to get on the last hill Rec has. Yeah, starting to finally put those numbers to their advantage, as they should. They're on E, but someone now has snuck over to the D hill as well. Reciprocity trying their best to stay in this, but again, those numbers are just so overwhelming. Yep. Rise have now taken control and will very shortly have control of the time lead as well. Rec, I think really a big part of their win condition has to be killing the Vexies.
Oh, you have to, and that's something that has to be in the back of their mind. If they spot them, hopefully they get them. Their best bet, lock down the drop shot, go for a free kill. Detox, though, turning up, absolutely slaying out franchise. Yeah, and that's got to be it, right? Now you're looking at a constant 5v3. Detox doesn't stop there. The emoting is going to start, and Rise knows that they are just moments away from taking over this victory. They're going to be on D. And what started off rocky for Rise finishes off strong. And Rise will, in fact, be able to take over this victory as just, these next couple of kills are really not going to matter. It's not going to impact the round overall. And we're going to finish off 5-3. Rise ties up this series. We're moving into Asylum.
Ripping off 4 straight in a row on Reciprocity's map pick. Sending this to yet a third and final. You mentioned how a lot of times in Emergence days, there's a lot of 2-0s.
Now it's not.
It went to 2-1 in Pro League. Now it's going 2-1 tonight. Of course, our third map will be Asylum. You know it's going to be an exciting one. Our favorite map.
Yeah.
So I know we can't wait
push-pull fight up
to
top.
get that action up top.